John, could I just ask you about the last 4 weeks and how it's all been with everything?
Yeah, it's one of those. It's been an interesting 4 weeks, but obviously very enjoyable. Ups and downs, but obviously more ups and downs. But disappointed wasn't involved in had to put up with the Blues game, but I had a little boy at the end of it, so can't really complain. And then the Glasgow game, me and Josh Turnbull decided to collide into each other, which put me out of that game. It has been a roller coaster 4 weeks, but watching the boys come through the last sort of 2 weeks, or the last 4 weeks to be honest, the Blues, Glasgow, especially London Irish, it's been impressive, and you've seen the boys grow in confidence the last couple of weeks.
Everyone is predicting doom and gloom after Leicester. It's a heavy defeat. There's been some way to bounce back, really, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. We're aware what's around the corner. We look at the fixtures ahead, and we got targets, and like Nigel spoken about, they were targets were achievable with W's, and I think we've shown that. Hopefully, people have stood up and seen these results, and and show us what we can do.
You surprised yourselves last week because it's pretty much a shadow team, was it, that went up to London?
I wouldn't say surprise ourselves. We went up there confident. There was a lot of young boys in our team. I spoke to Simon after the game, literally just before kick-off. Lee will say we were sat in our change rooms, just preparing ourselves, and it was silence. And that hasn't been like that this season. But to get a result out there, I think as the game was going and we were growing as a team, I thought the belief was getting stronger, especially in that second half, where we've spoken about those first 10 minutes in the second half has been sort of doom and gloom for us, where I think we come out all guns blazing and turned the corner.
When you say belief, that's something I suppose you could have when you go to a place like Munster.
Yeah, definitely. We're aware of Munster, they're a quality outfit, regardless of who they put out at the end of the day. I don't think we've won out there for a few seasons now, and people say it's an ideal opportunity. We're playing some good rugby, and we've had some good results. But bearing in mind they've just beat Australia as well, so it's going to be an interesting fixture, and we're going to go out there again full of confidence and looking for that W again.
So the difference, John, this year, last year we went to Musgrave with a decent performance. It was kind of a should have, and didn't.
Yeah, I think a lot of last season was the same. I think we keep talking about the losing bonus points last year, where we could have, possibly should have. I think that's something we did look at the start of the season. We definitely sat down as a group and we spoke about these little issues, and I think looking at the results this year, where they have been close, but we have held on. Connacht is a prime example out here. I think we would have probably lost that game last year, but the belief and the things we've changed this year, have pulled us through. So, hopefully we'd love to be in that position again come this weekend, and hopefully we will get a result as we talk about.
It's been refreshing to be going there, actually challenging Munster.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's been more or less the case for the last couple of games. We've targeted games and we know we're capable of getting the W. And you talk about people when we arrive and thinking, we're on we're the second team here, but I think they're going to take a step up, and they're going to have to challenge, raise their game to keep hold of their record at Musgrave.
Obviously, you mentioned the situation of the last few weeks and missing out somewhat, but start of the season from a personal point of view, you must have been really pleased with the way things have gone. Yeah,
to be honest, I was over the moon. You look at the back row competition. Last year was a bit disappointing personally. I was hoping for a little bit more game time, but I couldn't have asked for a better start to the season, and there's opportunities which you always hope to get, and you talk about continuity in your game. As an individual, you just want to be putting the shirt on and playing week in, week out, and the opportunity did come, and I'd like to think I took it, but like you said, you can never relax. You've got the likes of Rob McCusker, Josh Turnbull, that Dav Jones is there, Richie Pugh, there's huge names there, and you're always aware that you've got to play your game as if it's your last, and to get a performance and to keep on to it for the following weekend.
Jonathan Lee was saying earlier about the way Simon used to be at Mark Jones have had an impact, and the fact that they've helped not only the squad but certain individuals. Is that how you see Simon's had?
Yeah, most definitely. You know, I regularly sit down with Simon after a game and we'll look at the game, and he looks at the bigger picture. I find he will see the nitty gritty stuff, which is the unseen stuff. It personally goes in my favour sometimes. You know, I like to think I do a little bit of work behind the scenes, but you know, Simon has certainly done that over the years, and he's given me tips, and he sits down and, you know, he's always looking at ways to improve my game. And you know, and I think especially with Simon and Mark, these kind of types of players who come into the backroom staff, you know, I think they got a big impact on what you can achieve as an individual.
Yeah, I mean, it's been John was saying about ups and downs this year. I mean, you've got a few as well, I suppose, with the injury at the start of the season, and then going to Delhi as well, which must have been.
Yeah, it was disappointing to start the season. I got injured just before the first pre-season game, which kept me out really. But it was nice to go to the Commonwealth really, just to get a little bit of fitness back. You know, also the experience helped as well, and it was just a good stepping stone really to get back to 15s.
Yeah, has it been frustrating since the opening, you know, 6 or 7 weeks?
Yeah, definitely, because obviously just watching the boys play and you just want to be on there, you know, and so it's really disappointed to be injured, but I've had my chance the last 3 weeks, and hopefully I can keep my jersey really.
I mean, that wing spot's going to be pretty competitive. George has sort of raised the bar the last week, isn't he?
Yeah, fair play, you know, George come in, you know, full of confidence, 18-year-old, you know, brilliant what he's done with Wales as well, and it is tough for us who are playing week in, week out now to keep the likes of George up, but if we play well, give Nigel food for thought.
If you're playing on the weekend, will you be up against Howlett?
Yeah, if I'm playing, depends who's playing on the other wing. You know, it's me, Fembi and Stoddard to choose from. So if I be on left, yeah, I guess I'll be against Dougie, and I'm sure I'll go to do a Mark Jones, get some tips on how to mark him. I'm sure.
Yeah, you played these before.
No, obviously I've played against him, but not on the same wing really. I've been on the other side, left Mark Jones to take care of him on the other side.
But I mean, people talking months since they've got a lot of players missing at Ireland, but the fact, you know, they beat Australia last night, and people like Howlett still in the side, it's still a big task.
Yeah, most definitely. If you look at their back line, you know, bar the half backs, I think, you know, you got Tutu, Maffey, Howlett, you know, they're the foreigners in the team, so they're going to obviously still be there. But it's going to be a difficult task, but the way we're playing now, we're more than confident of getting a result.
It was nice to get on the try scoring chart last week as well. You enjoyed the Majeski?
Yeah, we had a bit of banter last year, me, Prieston and John. John had the most tries, then Prieston, then me, so I got to get more than Prieston this year. So it's nice to have one on the ball. I'm still behind, so hopefully you can catch him.
Is that a little bet or anything going on, is it?
No, but it might be a bet now if I get one on Saturday now.
In terms of momentum, people talk about playing games in the November test. It's something that you boys just want to be playing week in, week out, especially for yourself, like you say, having spent some time out injured. I bet it's a real boost to actually
be
playing games now.
Yeah, it's ideal really, you know, when the internationals are away, you know, boys like me who are coming back from injuries and boys semi-pro get their opportunity, and you know, they can stake a claim over these period, and that's what most of the boys have done over the last 2 weeks.
Rob was talking there about the strength and depth that Munster have got, but it seems to be you boys are starting to follow that with Scarlets now. It seems to be that, like Nigel says, you can play a wide number of people and the result doesn't change too much.
Yeah, most definitely. You know, we were talking back on the bus, and I think it's 43 players we've used in competitive matches this year, so it shows our strength and depth really. We only lost 3 games this season, so you know, any team who uses 43 and still wins, you know, they've got to have some strength and depth, and I think that's what we got there.
John mentioned there about sight needs to be. Tell us about the impact that Mark Jones has had on you this season.
A huge impact, you know, not just with me, but with the whole backline really. Like John said about Easterby, because he's been there, done it, you know, he can see the wider picture, he can help individuals, he sees the work that goes on behind the scenes and stuff, on the pitch and off the pitch, and obviously that benefits any player really.
It would be easy now to say Scarlets were good starts to the season, some good wins, and falter off and not worry too much about it, because it would still perhaps be an improvement on the last couple of years. But I guess that's the key now, isn't it? To kick on and actually keep winning games all the way through?
Yeah, most definitely. You know, if you look at the LV last year, we were in a good position. We had a draw, but then we still didn't qualify. So, and with the Heineken Cup, we lost a back-to-back to Leinster in December. So we know the first bit is done, but there's much more hard work to come.